3, 2, 1. Hello, I'm Wayward. This is Command & Conquer 3, Kane's Wrath 1.02 Plus Community Patch. To the north end of the map, we have Manos Susius, our Traveler 59 player, getting a portal and initial buzzer hive out there with the good old assimilator and some disintegrators coming out. We actually have a Disintigrator Rush. We had a stasis chamber and advanced articulators coming out, so that'll be fun. And the recipient of this rush is JuDgEpowr, our green plain old GDI player to the south, who is moving out onto the map with some rifleman squads and an engineer. There he is, capturing that Tiberium spike. The descents are on the map. I believe they were scouted by JuDgEpowr, and there we go, scouted yet again. Advanced articulators kicking in. It is a race against time, as these disintegrators have a limited window before something like this happens, with the War Factory coming out and a watchtower coming down. Not great that he took the direct route and got scouted right away. We have an APC coming out, watchtower depowering briefly, then being sold to get that rifleman squad in there, chasing off the descents. Not putting a full kibosh on the rush, but definitely putting a damper on it. So JuDgEpowr got those timings down just good enough and is able to push off these disintegrators. The portal has been sold off. We've got a warp sphere out. Manos Susius is expanding on the back of this, getting his economy set up. Right now he is one harvester up on JuDgEpowr, so that's, it's not the most successful rush in the history of rushes, but, not the least successful either. APC trying to keep up with these disintegrators, maybe waffling a bit, not entirely sure what it wants to do. Manos Susius is, I don't think, super upset at the direction that went. He should be kicking himself a little bit for getting that rush scouted immediately, without any downsides, any real benefit. But he did slow his opponent down slightly. We've got, it looks like, another harvester coming out, so it'll be 3-2. He did spend a lot of resources getting this set up, and then the buzzer dying there to that rifleman. Manos Susius determined to make some use of these disintegrators. Looks like he's possibly going for the Tiberium spike, and the APC is not going to be able to get there in time to save the Tib spike, it looks like. So at least there's that for Manos Susius. There we go. APC coming out. We've got a couple out now, actually. I don't think we're going to see more disintegrators. In fact, we are going to see Cultists. Traveler 59, Advanced Articulators, Speedy Boy Cultists with Gunwalkers. That's an interesting choice. So the Gunwalkers and the APCs are just going to plink away at each other. I guess the Gunwalkers are there to be annoying. One APC captured. One harvester almost entirely full of resources captured. That is super annoying for poor JuDgEpowr. JuDgEpowr coming out with some Predator tanks. Going to make short work of those Gunwalkers. But yeah, losing a harvester is not what you'd call optimal. So that part of the rush definitely did work. Meanwhile, the construction yard has moved across to the, would you call this the natural? I'm not entirely sure. I guess it's a more safe expansion than this forward one over here, which could, I guess, technically be captured by an engineer. But yeah, I'm not sure if you'd call this a natural. But great timing on that expansion for JuDgEpowr. Fairly large army at this point with a bunch of Predator tanks. So looking not too bad. I think this was scouted by some buzzers or something. More Cultists coming out trying to be annoying And we have a couple of Seekers as well. There's a portal producing those Descents. I was going to say Cultists, but Cultists, of course, didn't come out. Because why would I be able to predict anything? I'm just the commentator of this match that you're watching. So, yay me. Looks like the Cultists are still holed up in... Oh, come on. Did it die again? What is going on? Nope, nope, we're good. Oh, thank goodness. This is like the third time I've tried to cast this. But so far we're looking good. Oh no, the army was balled up oddly. This predator is being harassed by its own brethren. An attempted Orca strike does nothing because how is that going to work? Oh no, JuDgEpowr's army is torn apart. This harvester up here randomly trying to take out the Descents. Let me just double check. Yeah, this mind-controlled harvester is not the one. We have another attack coming in from the back, so Manosusius is all over the place. These APCs are not going to fare super great against the Seekers. We do have this harvester coming back over. It looks like the rifleman squad inside the APC did get a rank of veterancy, and we have a Shatterer out. For JuDgEpowr's part, he's researching hammerheads. That's a great tech to have, I think, against the Cultists. And we have AP ammo coming out for JuDgEpowr as well. Also a very useful upgrade. Manosusius, meanwhile, by the way, has expanded. I missed this earlier. But yeah, there it is. There's the expansion. I'm showing it to you. So we can check that box off. You can not get mad that I am missing things. Come on, I'm trying to keep it light here, people. I'm missing stuff, but I'm trying to at least make it entertaining. Hammerhead's having a really hard time making some headway against all this AA. We've got the Gunwalkers, we've got the Seekers. That is going to keep those Hammerheads back. JuDgEpowr still leaning into that, and the Shatterers and Hammerheads are going to make Cultists really hard to be successful with, although this army is mostly Disintegrators and some Tier 1 vehicles. Hammerhead's making some taking some good shots against the Descents, backing up a little bit. That's a good strategy. It's a good strategy backing up. That clearly is what I was trying to say. No, a nice little bit of micro trying to keep those Hammerheads safe. Doing a tremendous amount of damage to the Disintegrators and forcing Manosusius back. That's what I was trying to say. So we do have the Shatterers, looks like killing those Cultists, and the Harvester does get out because there's no anti-tank in the base. I did miss this. We've got the Nerve Center Tier 2. We've got Tier 3 out. But he has to depower it because Manosusius is not keeping track of his power expenditure. So he sold a refinery extractor rather to repower his base, and this is a pretty overwhelming force. Oh no, but we've got the Prodigy. We have the area mind control. Prodigy does die to the Hammerheads. Nicely done, and the area hammerhead. The area mind control does end just in time for an Annihilator tripod to come out. The Shatterer is not able to do anything against the 3 lasers and the EMP and the stompiness and all that. So really well-timed tripod. Hammerheads making themselves annoying, doing some damage, but held off ultimately by the plasma missile battery. So a bit of a stalemate. We have... Look, I didn't quite miss this. The construction yard going north for JuDgEpowr. It is scouted by this attempted raiding party. The Harvester is having none of that. But yeah, so JuDgEpowr is expanding. He's stopping this Gunwalker, but it is scouted. And meanwhile, Manosusius is firmly established in his second base. Prodigy out here waiting to do whatever annoying things it needs to do. So that Prodigy back out immediately. That's definitely the best tool in the Traveler 59's really, really annoying arsenal. It looks like this Prodigy potentially coming down to do some sort of harassment on this base. Bunch of leveled up power plants. We are now on orcas, a lot of orcas. Three airfields worth of orcas, really? Okay, come on, that seems a little excessive to me. Let's see, Hammerheads on the lookout. Where did that Prodigy even go? I have misplaced it. Meanwhile, Warp Chasm out and about, possibly scouted by the Hammerheads. Hammerheads doing a good little bit of harassment. Not quite in the right position, but they do take out some structures, and, you know, one of them gets away. But, yeah, Warp Chasm, so we're going to have the Hexapod, we're going to have the Prodigy. We've got some harvesting in the third going on for Manos Susius, so he's still a little bit behind JuDgEpowr. But if JuDgEpowr can't close this out in some way, where are those orcas, actually? I don't see them having been used. Oh, no, he had to depower his base again. And there's the Prodigy. Where did the orcas go? I assume they're flying around somewheres, but I know they are. That is a big cloud of orcas, let me tell you. You probably know better than me. I don't know. But yeah, so JuDgEpowr is about 40% of the way through this field. This one's regrowing slowly. It looks like it's being harvested by a single harvester. Actually, that might be blue Tiberium. So definitely JuDgEpowr going for air. Orca Strike. Let's follow that and see where that goes. Hexapod coming in by itself. That's a bold move. Let's see what the orcas are trying to take out. They're going for tier 3. And don't manage to take it out, but doing a little bit of damage. Hexapod caught out by the orcas and hammerheads. It might get a harvester, but that's not a great trade there. The whatever that's called, support power that makes things almost invulnerable going down. Oh, we have something else going on. A little bit of harassment there. Does not look like it was particularly successful. But yeah, the Hexapod coming in here with the... Gosh, I feel like I should know what this is called, and it's just completely slipping my mind. Let's see. Phase field. There we go. Phase field on the Hexapod. I heard the Marv coming in wherever that was produced. There we go. The Reclamator hub. Marv is a bit trapped, but he'll work his way out eventually. Hexapod is kind of getting away. I don't think it's going to be able to be killed by these hammerheads. So barely manages to survive after almost dying for basically no reason. We got a couple of corruptors out to heal it. Shatterer doing what now? Storm column up to defend the third base. That makes a lot of sense. Bit of a stalemate going on. Not entirely sure what JuDgEpowr's plan is at this point. We still have a ton of orcas. We have hammerheads. So he's got the mobility. He's got some air power. That's such a weird maneuver there. Hammerheads might be able to take something out and be useful. That actually depowers the base. They could go for the technology assembler. Hexapod coming back out, the same thing as last time. Phase field might not be able to save it this time. I'm not entirely sure what the plan even is. At this point, it just dies. It's thrown away for nothing. Meanwhile, Mammoth Tanks coming out for JuDgEpowr. JuDgEpowr managing actually to take out tier 3. So Manos Susius feels like he's kind of lost the plot a little bit. He just threw away his Hexapod for literally nothing after almost losing it and managing to barely save it. So JuDgEpowr with a huge air force tier 3, and the Marv making its slow way across the field. Feels like JuDgEpowr, this is his game to lose at this point. So I'm really not sure what Manosusius is intending to try to do. Some Harvester Harass going down. There is a lot of AA, but it looks like tier 3 has been rebuilt, by the way. Warp Chasm creating another Hexapod, but it should have been fine with just the one, because there's no point to have thrown it away like that. Prodigy on the back lines, not really trying to do anything. You know what this kind of reminds me of is, we've got Cultists coming out as well. That could turn things around for sure. I think they are possibly just doing scouting. Oh, we actually have an entire army up here, so they are not just doing scouting. They're just a little fast. Cultists taking control of those mammoth tanks because JuDgEpowr is being weird right now and just running them into the enemy. Orcas are being devastating right now. Hexapod comes out, but immediately loses a ton of health. We do have zone troopers in the field, and a bunch of mammoths coming to say hi to that Hexapod, and immediately eating a bunch of shots in the face. Face field going down so it can try to crush them. Marv does not look like it has anything loaded in it, by the way. Prodigy is somewhere. Oh my gosh, the Marv is now EMP'd. So this is awkward for JuDgEpowr. He went from having a giant army to getting ready to kind of possibly lose. Marv is almost dead, and there it goes. It was not upgraded with engineers. It was nothing put inside of it. And then the Cultists managed to eat that tier 3 army. So the mammoth tanks being used against JuDgEpowr. It feels like everything kind of just fell together at the last second. JuDgEpowr actually quitting after that exchange. I don't blame him, honestly. He had a really overwhelming force there for a moment, and then it just evaporated. There were a lot of different things that could have... Well, look at that. Look, he was ahead. Let's just take a look at this. He was ahead in resources basically the entire game. He did fall behind in structures. Manosusius did manage to get ahead of him for a while. More units, more resources, and still lost. Very painful for JuDgEpowr. This does surprise me a little bit. There were a lot of hammerheads, but it was the favorite unit. Look at that KD ratio. Tremendous kill-death ratio. My heart goes out to JuDgEpowr on this one. It felt like he had a great army put together. That big last engagement really turned against him. Those couple of cultists were able to cinch it. Possibly swapping out the mammoths for predator tanks might have helped. I feel like I'm maybe not qualified to weigh in on this. But more predators would have, I feel like, distributed the DPS more. And that would have made the cultists make less of a difference. I didn't see what happened with the Prodigy, unfortunately. It's hard to keep track of sometimes. But that Hexapod came out at just the last second, just the right time, to kind of save Manosusius' bacon. But yeah, the cultists were a nice addition. It's very frustrating as both a commentator and a player to see how the cultists turn that around like that. But yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Very painful. This match, I thought it was a lot of fun. We can all put comments in the chat if anyone's interested about how annoying cultists are to deal with, because that was like, seriously guys, come on. That was crazy. But anyway, thanks for watching if you have stuck with me this long. I'm Wayward, and this is Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath 1.02 Plus Community Patch. I know these aren't my most popular videos, but I really enjoy this game, and I'm really happy to bring these to you every now and then. So hopefully at least some people enjoy them and get something out of this. Anyway, I'm Wayward, and I'm signing off. I'll catch you next time.